Arizona's tied for first in the Big 12. Arizona started the season 4-5. The Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd, all he does is win basketball games, Jeff. Are you ready to apologize to him? Are you ready to say I was wrong about what you were going to be this season?
No, because I mean, listen, yes, because I didn't think they would finish in the top 3 of the Big 12. No question. I thought they'd be, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in that range. I will say this. I think by relying less on Caleb Love, they're a better team. They just are. They're a more consistent team. That's the key, right? When you rely a ton on Caleb Love, you're going to ride the roller coaster. And Caleb, again, hey, listen, there's times when, especially the last few weeks, he's been better. He was, he didn't shoot it well tonight, but, he didn't take as many crazy shots, and he distributed and kept his turnovers down and made better decisions, all that. But I just think, this team has a lot of good players. They don't have a star, and they've really taken the focus off of Caleb Love, where at the end of the game, it's not always just put the ball in Caleb Love's hands and let him make a play. Now, again, obviously against Iowa State, he made that play that I don't want to say will turn around their season, but certainly had a huge impact if they're going to win the Big 12. That win was pivotal.
Mike, there's two things for me that stand out a lot when it comes to this. It's the emergence of Carter Bryant during Big 12 play. I think that he's become really, really effective as kind of like that small ball 4. The team, when you think of the Tommy Lloyd teams that he's had success with here at Arizona, they always have like that one really athletic kind of big wing 4-man. I'm thinking specifically, who was the kid that transferred in from San Diego State?
Johnson.
And is now
Johnson.
Kashad Johnson. Kashad Johnson, yeah. He can kind of fill that role a little bit. And the other part of it is that Henry Visar and Toby Awaka have kind of embraced this like thunder and lightning role at the 5 spot, where you got one dude that is, 7'1" with the wingspan and the lob catcher and can make threes, and Henry Visar, which is more of a more modern 5. And then Toby Awaka is just a friggin' bulldog that is a walking double-double that is the most difficult person to keep off the glass probably in the in the Big 12. And you can kind of rotate them through and they get 20 minutes apiece. And we saw a lot of what UConn did the last 2 years was rotating those 5 men, Donovan Clingan and Adama Sanogo, and then Donovan Clingan and Samson Johnson, and getting different looks with those 2 5 men. And it feels like Tommy's kind of leaning into that with Toby and Henry Visar.
Yeah, he is. And I just think overall their rotation has a lot more dependable pieces and, production that you can depend on night in and night out. And I think why that helps and why that's important is you're going to have inefficient Caleb Love nights. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But how much you feel those inefficient nights depends on the cast around him. And if that cast is inconsistent, you're going to feel those inconsistent nights a lot more, those inefficient nights a lot more from Caleb Love. Like tonight, 4 for 15 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. Did have 6 assists, but Awaka 6 for 10, Visar 6 for 10, Lewis 6 for 10, Jaden Bradley 6 for 9. Like all those guys were uber efficient to where you don't feel it as much from Caleb Love. But then when Caleb Love goes nuclear and those guys are still being dependable, this team hits another stratosphere. So like that's
where you get
what
the ceiling
we've seen. Yeah, like that's where the ceiling is for them. Is when Caleb Love has his explosive nights on top of all these other guys kind of playing their roles. It's, they look like a legitimate right now, what would be like a top probably 3 seed and ascending at this point. I forgive me for forgetting where they're at in the latest fielding the 68, but they should be up there in that, at least as a top 4 seed right now for sure. And they're definitely trending upward.
Yep. Goodman, what do you make of Texas Tech? Are you worried about them all? I got my shout out to Grant McCaslin. I got my Reckham Tech hat, which is my new favorite hat. But
great interview.
Yes.
No. I'm not worried. I mean, how many teams go into McHale and win? You know, like
Not a lot.
they played him tough
Not a
till
lot.
the last few minutes, and then Arizona pulled away. So no, I'm not worried. And you know, to me, again, I don't want to say they're playing with house money, but nobody expected Texas Tech to be where they're at right now, towards the top of the Big 12. So you know, get in the tournament, get a good seed. The top of the Big 12 is, I mean, it's crazy right now. I mean, what did Kansas 7-5 in the league? It's insane. It's insane right now.
It's wild that, I mean, I don't think anyone is surprised at all that Houston is in the mix, right? I don't know how many people would have said that you'd have Texas Tech and Arizona as contenders over Iowa State, Kansas, and Baylor.